So in this video, I'm going to give my predictions on Stand and Deliver and what matches I think could happen. I'm only doing a 6-match card because that's what happened last year. And honestly, this is not very easy to predict. So first things first, let's start off with Stephanie Valkyrie and what she's doing. I believe she is not going to be facing Julia at Stand and Deliver for a title versus title match. I don't think that's the case. What I do think is going to happen is Stephanie Valkyrie versus Soruka versus Zarya. I think the plan could be Soruka and Zarya start splintering, wanting the smoke with each other, while you also have them both vying for the North American Championship. This would be a very interesting opportunity for Zarya to get on Stand and Deliver. Obviously, Stephanie Von Kerr on Stand and Deliver. And Soruka, who a lot of people have been praising as the next up-and-coming star. I think this match would cook. So the question is, what's going on with Julia? Who is Julia going to face at Stand and Deliver? I think the answer is pretty simple. Jordynne Grace. I think Jordynne Grace versus Julia for the women's championship. Honestly, like I said, I don't want a championship versus championship match. If Stephanie Valkyrie loses it, maybe we get Valkyrie versus Julia versus Jordynne Grace. But for now, I think Jordynne Grace versus Julia makes a lot of sense. It'll be very interesting considering they're both kind of faces in NXT, but that is definitely the biggest match you can make when it's not Valkyrie versus Julia. This is sneaky. I don't know if you guys are going to be locked in, but Shawn Spears wins the North American Championship from Tony D'Angelo after all this scheming and plotting. So he wins the championship, and I have him facing Ricky Starks for the North American Championship at Stand and Deliver. I think that's a great opponent, and I do think it's a great time to build up Ricky Starks where he goes up against and proves that he is him and beat Shawn Spears. The 5-star, 7-star masterpiece matchmakers that is Fraxium. Who is going to defeat them? Who's going to take the titles from Fraxium? The people that I got is a duo from the new faction that was introduced. They went after Fraxium and they went after Obafemi. I think they're going to be the ones to dethrone Fraxium. Now, this one I'm not a big fan of. I don't know what to do for this, but I think there's going to be a Heritage Cup Battle Royale. Lexus King has been making his own rules, and I'm cool with it. I don't like this cup, but at least it makes things interesting, and you can have a lot of people end up at Stand and Deliver. And with that said, of course, we're getting Trick Williams versus Obafemi. It'll be kind of wild if it's Obafemi versus Dennis Lewis. Yeah, he has a new faction, but this is the go-to match. This is the biggest match you can make for the men's side. Trick Williams, Obafemi.